All right, man, listen, I applaud Adam Silver and the NBA for the effort that they put forth to, resume the season. 22 teams going down to Orlando. Can you imagine the thought that had to have gone into that, the planning and the preparation that had to go into that? A lot of people are taking shots at what they're doing. It's in Orlando. It's in the bubble. They can't leave. Only certain family can come in and come out. They got to get tested regularly. You can pick it apart and you can criticize it, but what's the alternative if you want to conclude the season? And I always felt like you have to conclude the season. You have to have a champion, right? You have to have an MVP. You got to have a Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. You have to conclude the season. You can't not conclude the season. So you can pick it apart, but this is the right thing to do. It's uncomfortable. There's no right answer to conclude the season. But of course, that's not the story necessarily. It's now, do these guys want to go to Orlando to finish the season, given what's going on in the world, right? Kyrie is saying, this is a quote, Kyrie is saying, I don't support going to Orlando because he's, one of the many guys who feel like if they go to Orlando to finish the season, all the momentum with the protests and everything that's going on, everything that they're fighting for, everything that we're fighting for is going to take a back seat to basketball, and it's not the right time to play basketball. So he's not the only one saying that. You also got Dwight Howard saying, and I quote, no basketball till we get things resolved, end quote. So that's Dwight Howard. So I get what Kyrie and Dwight Howard are saying, and I agree with them. But Dwight is saying, no basketball until we get things resolved. Dwight, I hate to be the one to tell you, and I wish it was different, but you're not getting anything resolved in the next couple of months in terms of sweeping changes, in terms of actual reform in the country that people are looking for. That's not going to happen overnight. So you can continue the season. These things are not mutually exclusive. You can continue the season and also continue to fight for what we're fighting for. So what I mean by that is, say all the players go down to Orlando. I don't think you necessarily take the attention away from them. Now you got cameras and microphones in your faces all the time because a major sports league is resuming. All the cameras, all the microphones are in your face. At that point, you talk about the protests and you talk about reform and you talk about all those things, right? You don't necessarily have to talk about basketball. There'll be a bigger spotlight on you if you're resuming NBA play and cameras are in front of you rather than you tweeting something out on your social media. Way more eyes, way more attention will be on that. So you can actually use the NBA's resumption as a cog, as a piece in the wheel in order to get your voices out even more than you would by yourself if you didn't play. But Patrick Beverley is a prophet, and Patrick Beverley has the answer to all this. So I think it's still uncertain right now in terms of who goes to Orlando, who chooses not to, and what the punishment will be if you choose not to go and you're healthy. I don't know, and I'm glad I don't make those decisions for the NBA. So we'll have to see what happens on that. But Patrick Beverley is saying, listen, here's his quote. We can try to pontificate and what if and this and that and third. It doesn't matter because he's saying if LeBron says we should go to Orlando to finish the season, then we are going to go to Orlando to finish the season. I tell you what, that man is not lying.